Hydroxycut is one of the most popular weight loss supplements in North America. It has also been directly linked to multiple cases of acute liver injury, including one death, and as a result has been subject to heavy FDA and FTC scrutiny. Their formulation has gone through some changes over the years in an attempt to stop these cases. Unfortunately, this has not stopped the problem, and Hydroxycut is still causing some people serious side effects. But how effective is Hydroxycut for weight loss? And how do you know if it's safe for you to use? We're going to create a series of videos that looks at the whole Hydroxycut family of products. So in this video, let's take a look at Hydroxycut Black to see if it's worth your money, see if we can replicate it with a cheaper and safer alternative, and give it an overall rating. Let's take a look at the ingredients. Here are the doses per capsule. The recommended dosing is 2 capsules twice a day, so that's a total of 4 a day. By the way, if you want to hear about my review of any of the other Hydroxycut family of supplements, I'll link those videos down below in the description once they come out. Whenever supplements add ingredients into their product, there are 3 common issues with these ingredients. One is that the doses they use are way too small to be effective. 2 is that the types of extract they use are ineffective and don't contain much of the active compounds. And 3 is that the ingredient itself has not reliably shown any beneficial effect in humans. When we analyze all these ingredients, we're going to see which one of these issues they have. The vast majority of Hydroxycut's supplements rely mostly on caffeine for their effects, and this one is no different. Caffeine works primarily as an exercise aid to help people to increase the intensity and duration of their exercise, so they end up burning more calories during exercise. Hydroxycut Black provides 400 milligrams of caffeine a day with their recommended dose, which is the equivalent of about 6 to 7 shots of espresso. That's a pretty high dose. Keep in mind that having more caffeine in a supplement is not necessarily a good thing for weight loss. The ideal dose of caffeine is highly dependent on the individual, and having more caffeine doesn't necessarily mean more energy or better exercise. In fact, too much caffeine in a sensitive individual is counterproductive to their weight loss and exercise efforts, and can lead to more negative side effects rather than improved energy. African mango seeds, unlike the giant inedible mango seeds people are used to in North America, are actually quite small and edible, like pumpkin seeds, and are very commonly eaten under the name ogbono seeds in other parts of the world. Similar to other nuts and seeds, African mango seeds may have some beneficial properties on metabolism and health. However, just like other seeds and nuts, they're best as a part of a weight loss diet, not taken as a supplement in tiny doses, and the doses of African mango extract in Hydroxycut Black is far too low to do anything for metabolism. There's some evidence that taking alpha lipoic acid does appear to be beneficial for weight loss, particularly in those with diabetes. However, the studies find large differences in the amounts of weight being lost, with patients losing 1 to 5 pounds over anywhere from 2 to 48 weeks of taking it. The research also suggests that higher doses are more effective, with doses over 1,000 milligrams having the best effects. So although research studies appear to agree that ALA does appear to affect weight loss, it's likely that only the higher doses of 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams per day would significantly affect weight loss, and even then, you're probably looking at around 5 pounds of additional weight lost over a few months. Regardless, Hydroxycut Black is using a dose of ALA that's too low to do much anyways. L-theanine is an amino acid that might be helpful with improving cognitive function and focus while under stress. It's a common ingredient in workout supplements, and although it doesn't really help with your weight loss or improve your strength, it might make it easier for you to focus during your workouts. Hydroxycut Black provides a low but workable dose of L-theanine. Cayenne extract is essentially a crude form of capsaicin. I've talked about capsaicin for weight loss before, and I'll link the video down below, but to summarize, capsaicin might be slightly helpful for weight loss when used as a spice in food, when you can taste it, since the burning sensation might make people eat less and drink more water. But as a supplement, and especially at the tiny dose found in Hydroxycut Hardcore, it's totally useless. White mulberry and chicory are both traditional herbs that have been used for diabetes and to help with blood sugar control. While it won't really help with weight loss, white mulberry has been studied for helping with diabetes, with some evidence of benefit. However, the doses used for these herbs are in the few grams per day, and the tiny milligram amounts found in Hydroxycut Black is not doing anything. When we look at safety, Hydroxycut does not have a very good safety record. Before 2004, Hydroxycut used to contain ephedra, and there were reports of seizures in people taking these products. As a result, thousands of lawsuits were filed against the manufacturer of Hydroxycut, and in 2004, the FDA banned the use of ephedra in supplements. Even after Hydroxycut removed ephedra and reformulated their products, a number of serious side effects related to liver injury, including at least one fatality, was linked directly to Hydroxycut. The FDA then issued a warning in 2009 and recommended that consumers stop using Hydroxycut. And in 2010, the FTC fined the makers of Hydroxycut for $5.5 million for falsely advertising that its supplements could help consumers lose weight. Hydroxycut then changed their marketing language and reformulated it again so that the primary active ingredient of their supplements was just caffeine. However, case reports continue to link Hydroxycut to other serious side effects, like heart and gut issues. The high dose of caffeine in Hydroxycut likely continues to contribute to these case reports. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, have cardiovascular issues like high blood pressure, suffer from anxiety disorders, or are taking other stimulant drugs like phentermine, you need to ask your doctor to see if it's safe to take. I would also avoid taking it in the evening, or it might cause insomnia, and I would definitely not exceed the maximum dosage of taking 2 pills at one time, or a max total of 4 pills a day. It's also not safe for pregnancy or if you're breastfeeding. Taken together, Hydroxycut Black is primarily an exercise aid, and it's really only effective because of all that caffeine. They're trying to also add other supportive ingredients, but the doses for most of its ingredients fall far short to be useful. So it may help you to exercise with greater intensity and focus, and if it does, you might burn more calories as a result. However, if you're not physically active or exercising seriously, just taking Hydroxycut Black won't have many benefits. At the core of it all, Hydroxycut Black is basically just a high-dose caffeine pill with some added L-theanine. Each bottle costs $37, and there are 60 pills per bottle. At 4 pills a day, a month's supply is going to cost around 74 Canadian dollars. Compared to if you were to just get caffeine tablets, that's around $2 to $3 a month, and L-theanine, that's also around $2 to $3 per month, and you can essentially replicate what Hydroxycut Black provides you for around $4 to $6 a month just by supplementing the key ingredients individually. Rating Hydroxycut Black for effectiveness for weight loss, I'm giving it a C. It basically works as an exercise aid, and taking it without increasing your exercise is not likely going to have much effect on your weight whatsoever. Rating it by cost, I'm giving it a D. A monthly cost of $74 is pricey, and it can be essentially replicated by getting individual ingredients at a cost many times less. Rating it for safety, I'm giving it a D. There are direct case studies of people experiencing serious side effects from taking Hydroxycut, including one death. Also, the high caffeine content makes it unsafe for certain people to use. Overall rating, I'm giving a D. I would not recommend it at all. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Young. Do you think it's worth it? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. Hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date, and share this video with someone you know can use the info.